Cam phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
What it do, YouTube? B. Kelly back again with another banger video. In today's video, y'all, I am going to be talking about the top 10 rated players according to 24/7 Sports from the 2022 transfer portal class. I will be taking a deep dive on all 10 of these players, talking about how their move can affect their new school or potential new school, and what you can potentially expect from them in 2022. Before I move on with the video, remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, as we are very close to 10K. Now, let's get into it. At number 10, we have wide receiver from Georgia, now on Alabama, Jermaine Burton. Now, Jermaine Burton going to Alabama, this is overall a really good move for Burton, as he's going to be paired with the Heisman-winning quarterback, Bryce Young, in a very good offensive scheme. In the 2021 college football season, Burton put up 497 receiving yards, averaging 19 yards per reception, and 5 total touchdowns through the air. In his college football career so far, he has 901 receiving yards, averaging 17 yards per reception in his career, and 8 total touchdowns through the air. Now, with his role at Alabama, he is likely going to be a top threat in their passing game, and he's one of their more experienced players in that receiver room. The receiver room has lost a lot of players from their last year's squad to now, and I would say it's not going to be a bad receiving core by any means. It's going to be very good. It's a lot of opportunity that can take place with the Alabama core since they are losing some of their main receivers, and I'm expecting Jermaine Burton to thrive at Alabama. Coming in at number 9, it is another wide receiver, this time being Oklahoma transfer to USC, Mario Williams. Now, Mario Williams is coming off a true freshman campaign in 2021, in which he recorded 35 receptions for 380 yards, averaging nearly 11 yards per reception, and 4 total touchdowns through the air. Now, this move to USC, it wasn't really a shocker once he entered the portal, and I am expecting him to have a big season with the Trojans in 2022, as he does know Lincoln's offense, and he is a dynamic duo pair with Caleb Williams. With Mario Williams at USC, and there just being a bunch of new faces in that receiving room for the Trojans, I would expect Mario Williams to be one of the top receivers in that system. Not guaranteeing he's going to be a wide receiver 1 in year 1 there, but definitely expect him to get the ball a lot, especially with Caleb Williams at quarterback. At number 8, it is running back transfer from TCU to Ole Miss, Zach Evans. Zach Evans, in his career as a Horned Frog there for 2 seasons, he rushed for 1,063 yards, averaging over 7 yards per carry, and had 9 total touchdowns on the ground in his career as a Horned Frog. In 2021, before he got cut short with injury, he was one of the best running backs in college football, with 648 rushing yards, 7 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns very early on in the season. I'm expecting Zach Evans to be the running back 1 for Ole Miss, and I'm expecting him to be used a lot in that Lane Kiffin offense. I'm expecting him to be a workhorse. I'm expecting him to have his best season yet and be a huge key for that Rebel offense. Coming in at number 7, it is running back transfer from Georgia Tech to Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, in his career at Georgia Tech, he was an all-purpose back. In his career, he had 1,206 rushing yards, averaging 5 yards per carry, and 8 touchdowns. But through the air, he had 768 career receiving yards and 5 touchdowns through the air. He was overall a very dynamic back and a huge key to that Georgia Tech offense. Now, yes, those aren't the biggest eye-popping numbers in college football, but you have to realize, he's now going to be at Alabama. He's a running back. Alabama breeds running backs, and he's more than likely going to be the running back 1, the main guy in that backfield, and you can definitely expect Jahmyr Gibbs to have a monster season, not only on the ground for Alabama, but through the air. He's going to have a career year with the Crimson Tide, and people know how good he is, and he's going to be one of the best running backs and players in the nation, while helping that Alabama team potentially get to a national title game. Coming in at number 6, it is Kingsley Suamataia, transfer from Oregon, offensive lineman, BYU. Now, he was a true freshman in 2021, and he would end up redshirting at Oregon and actually transferring during the season to BYU, closer to his actual home. Now, he is actually expected to be a big role for BYU in the fall. People do expect him to start, and he's a player that has a lot of potential, as he was actually one of the highest rated players in the 2021 recruiting class. On to number 5. He is currently uncommitted as of the recording of this video. He is Pitt wide receiver Jordan Addison. In his career at Pitt, the 2 seasons he's been there, he has recorded 160 career receptions for 2,259 yards and 21 total touchdowns through the air. He is coming off a spectacular 21 campaign in which he won the Biletnikoff Award, in which he had 100 receptions for 1,593 yards and 17 total touchdowns through the air. It seems like his top 3 schools right now is Texas, Alabama, and USC. Now, it is obvious if you're the Biletnikoff Award winner, you are going to be the main option at any school you're going to go to in the country, and you're going to have a big role in that offense and probably be the go-to guy in that passing attack more than likely. Coming in at number 4, it is cornerback transfer from LSU, now at Alabama, Eli Ricks. In his 2 seasons at LSU, Eli Ricks recorded 31 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 5 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and 6 pass deflections. His biggest season was as a true freshman in 2020, in which he had 20 total tackles, half a tackle for loss, 4 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and 5 pass deflections. He is expected to be a starter at Alabama in 2022 and expected to have a very big role in the secondary. Now, he did get arrested recently, and it is unknown what kind of trouble that will actually really get him in with the team, and if he will possibly get suspended by the team a game or 2 for 2022. But in my opinion, he's more than likely going to play the 2022 season for Alabama. But it does seem like he will have some things up in the air with his recent arrest. On to the number 3 spot, we have our first quarterback in the video, and it is none other than USC to Ole Miss transfer Jaxson Dart. Jaxson Dart is coming off a 21 campaign in which in 6 games played, he completed 62% of his passes, threw for 1,353 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. He's expected to be QB1 for Ole Miss when it comes to be fall, and he's expected to thrive in Lane Kiffin's style of offense. As Lane Kiffin, he's known for his offense, and he's known for having some pretty good quarterbacks as well in his offense, and Jaxson Dart is expected to thrive there. And I'm fully expecting a Jaxson Dart breakout season in 2022, especially with some of the people in that offense that he has around him. I know the SEC is a lot tougher than the Pac-12, but I think Jaxson Dart is going to do just fine. Next up at number 2, it is another quarterback. This time being Ohio State transfer to Texas, Quinn Ewers. Now, Quinn Ewers really did not play very much at all in his true freshman campaign at Ohio State. He would redshirt, and we only saw a few plays of him in garbage time. And he didn't really do much other than just hand off the ball and just kill the clock while he was in during the little bit of time he was playing as a Buckeye. But going into 2022, people think he's going to be the starting quarterback for the Longhorns, and people are excited to watch this guy play, as he was one of the highest rated recruits ever coming out of high school on all recruiting platforms, 24/7, Rivals, ESPN, you name it. He's seen as one of the highest rated recruits coming out of high school of all time. He even left high school early, and people are really looking forward to seeing him play in Steve Sarkisian's offense. Now, I do think he will struggle at times being a first-year quarterback that is more than likely going to play a lot. I'm not saying he's going to be the day 1 starter week 1, even though I think it is highly likely. I'm just going to be slightly realistic because I do feel like Steve Sarkisian does like Hudson Card. But either way, don't get it twisted. I think Quinn Ewers is going to be a good quarterback at Texas no matter what. I think he's a very good player, and I think he's going to pan out just fine. Even if he doesn't start week 1, or if he does, no matter what, I think Quinn Ewers is going to be a good quarterback. Will there be some bumps in the road his first season as a starting quarterback? Probably. There is for most freshman starting quarterbacks on the D1 level. But I'm expecting him to still be a good quarterback nonetheless. Now, on to the final player in the video. Coming in at the number 1 spot, it is quarterback transfer from Oklahoma to USC, Caleb Williams. Now, Caleb Williams had quite the 21 campaign as a true freshman, people expected him to be a redshirt and sit behind Spencer Rattler the entire season. But that wasn't the case. He took Spencer Rattler's job and he played well. As in 11 games played, he completed roughly 65% of his passes, threw for 1,912 yards, 21 touchdown passes through the air, 4 interceptions, while rushing for 442 yards on the season and 6 total touchdowns on the ground, and submitting himself as one of the top quarterbacks in college football. Caleb Williams going into year 2 of his college football career, now going to be at USC, and non-surprisingly, you can guarantee him being the starting quarterback, although Lincoln Riley hasn't officially named a starting quarterback. He's done that a lot before, especially at Oklahoma. You can definitely expect Caleb Williams to be the starting quarterback. Now, let's get to the point. Caleb Williams will be in year 2 of a Lincoln Riley offense, and he has a lot of college football experience already from his freshman campaign, and he's probably more than likely grown more from his freshman season to now, knowing that he's made some mistakes on the road. Yeah, he's lost some games. He lost to Oklahoma State, and he lost to Baylor, and he showed some weaknesses in his true freshman season. Although it wasn't many, he did show some, and I'm expecting him to grow from the weaknesses he did show and to thrive in 2022 in the Pac-12. Well, guys, if you made it this far in the video, drop something down in the comment section below. If you want to see me break down the top 10 transfer portal classes for the 22 class, breaking down each team and talking about them. Before you guys head out, remember to smash that like button, turn on those post notifications, and subscribe if you haven't already. B. Kelly out.